Opening the batting, I'm going to have Graham Smith and Hashim Amla. Obviously lucky enough to play with both of them at Surrey, and to open the batting with Graham was really good. And obviously Hashim normally bats 3, but he's had to nudge up 1 to make a bit of accommodation for who's coming in next. 3, I'm going Kumar Sangakkara. Obviously, I don't think I can justify anything that he's done, but he's a wonderful player, and he's in at number 3. Again, lucky enough to play with number 4 in Ricky Ponting. Obviously, you're noticing all the top 4 have been Surrey lads so far, so that might continue on. 5, I'm going KP. Obviously, again, another Surrey boy. Yeah, quite a wonderful player in himself. 6 is the first one from outside Surrey. I'm going Shivnarine Chanderpaul. If it's possible to be underrated on what he's done, he might be. But he's a wonderful player, and I love how he's gone about it. Number 7, I'm going for my headbutt buddy in Moses Enriquez. Obviously spent a lot of time with him, and he offers me a bit of bat and ball there, so he's in. 8, 9, 10 and 11, they can pick their own order of how they're going to bat. So I'm going to go 8, Andre Adams. Again, wonderful bowler, took a lot of poles. Made me look very silly a couple of times in county championship cricket, so he's in at 8. And number 9, I'm going to go Wahab Riaz. Bowls rockets, left armour, so he's gold dust. 10, I'm going Syed Ajmal. Probably one of the best spinners I've faced. Obviously his ability to make it spin both ways. And at number 11, I'm going for Graham Onions, because again, he made me look very silly in about my 6th county championship appearance, where he kept making me miss it by about a foot and then nick me off, so he's in as well. That's my all-time cricketing 11. What's yours?
Opening the batting in my all-time 11, I'm going with Alistair Cook and Matthew Hayden. Cook is going to be the captain of the side, and he's just such a solid, dependable batsman, and England's leading all-time run scorer in that format, so he's great to have there. And I think Hayden would have complemented Cookie's style a lot with his aggressive approach, quite scary to bowl to. In at 3, I'm going to have Ricky Ponting. He brings that real competitive edge as a player in your side. Gives nothing to the opposition, and I like that in a player. At number 4, I'm going to have Sachin. Obviously 200 test matches, absolute legend of the game, and his record speaks for himself. Number 5, I'm having the flair and the incredible run scoring and record breaking Brian Lara. I was fortunate to play in his last ever game for the West Indies in a one-day international, but would love to have played against him more, because he was an incredible cricketer to watch. Number 6, I'm going to have Kallis. My view, greatest all-rounder of all time, bowled you a lot of overs, 220 test wickets, and I think 6 is probably a bit low for him, but when you've got that amount of quality above him, it's hard to get him any higher. Number 7, my wicketkeeper, Matt Pryor, very influential in England beginning to win Ashes series, because he helped change the mindset of the team to become winners, to become aggressive and actually front up to teams. Number 8, I'm going for Richard Hadley, Nottinghamshire legend, incredible bowler. His record speaks for himself, but just the influence he had on Nottinghamshire and Trent Bridge, and the way my dad speaks about him as a bowler, it's important to have him in there. Number 9, Shane Warne as my spinner and vice captain. I really thought a lot about putting him as captain, because he was sort of untried at the top level at that, but it'd be quite intriguing to see how he went. But one of the greatest leg spinners of all time, or the greatest leg spinner of all time, but the way he created theatre when he bowled as well, that sort of character I like having in my team. My opening bowling partnership will be Glenn Mcgraw and Jimmy Anderson. They're both fighting it out for the number 11 spot as well, but 2 unbelievable new ball bowlers. Glenn Mcgraw was my hero growing up, had a real influence on how I look to play the game, and Jimmy I've learnt a huge amount from playing with. I've watched a lot of his overs live and from the other end, and he's been brilliant to play with, and has had a huge influence on my career. And that's my all-time 11. What's yours?
Opening the batting for me is Michael Vaughan and Alistair Cook. Vaughan because as a kid growing up he was from the same local club, then going through for playing for Yorkshire, captaining into an Ashes winning team. Cookie at the other end, again England's all-time run maker. Had the opportunity to play alongside him and bat with him out in the middle at the moment. He's going to captain the team, as he's the only ever international captain I've played under in Test cricket. Number 3, Sachin Tendulkar. One of the best players ever to play the game. Lucky enough to make my debut against him. and it was quite an honour just to be on the same field as him. Number 4, Kallis. I never was lucky enough to play against him, but it was a massive influence on me growing up. Number 5, Virat Kohli, one of the best players in the world at the moment. The way he can construct an innings in all formats of the game is outstanding. And number 6 is AB de Villiers. Again, a fantastic player for South Africa for a number of years. Can keep, can field. I think he's even got wickets, and obviously scored a number of match-winning knocks for South Africa. Number 7 is Kumar Sangakkara. He's going to keep wicket for my team. Every time I've played against Kumar, he seems to get runs, whether it be county cricket, playing in one-day internationals or test cricket. I watch him play and he makes it look extremely easy and always seems to score 100. So if he's playing in my team and he does that, I'd be extremely happy. Number 8 will be Flintoff. As a kid growing up watching that Ashes 05 series, the way he went about that and the way he sort of made that series his own was so inspirational and really got me drawn even more into cricket than I already was. Number 9 is Shane Warne, one of the best spinners of all time. Definitely want a wrist spinner in my team, so he makes the grade. To finish off, 2 nasty fasties in Mitch Johnson, who made life pretty uncomfortable when we played Australia down under a few years ago. And of course, Mcgraw is going to bat number 11 for me. One of the best records as a seamer. That's my all-time 11. What's yours?
Very easy on the eye, Ian Bell. What a shot that is, it's incredible.
Opening the batting in my all-time 11 will be Alistair Cook and Matt Hayden. Alistair Cook is also my captain and doesn't need much introduction. His record speaks for itself. Matt Hayden, I used to love watching him bat as an opening batsman. Very attacking, hit the ball very hard, and although he was an Australian, he was great to watch.
Don't bother chasing that one.
In at 3, I've got the legend Ricky Ponting, another Australian.
That was an authentic and emphatic shot from Ponting.
Very, very good player. Played the game pretty tough.
Really is the stroke of somebody who understands the game.
At number 4, I've got the little master, Sachin Tendulkar. A world-class player who I loved watching bat. Unfortunately, I never got to bowl at him. In at 5, I've got my Warwickshire and England teammate, Ian Bell.
Purest shot.
Again, a world-class player. Scored many hundreds for England, played over 100 test matches. It was always a pleasure to watch.
And Ian Bell's playing beautifully, that straight bat.
At number 6, I've got Kallis, a hero of mine.
Catch that he does, what a catch, Kallis!
He balances the team perfectly. Scored a lot of runs at the top of the order, bowled plenty of overs and took his wickets. At number 7, I've got a very aggressive batsman in Brendan McCullum.
Over extra cover.
Probably a little bit out of position for him, but he's also going to take the gloves for me. A very, very strong batsman. Always took the attack to the bowler. At number 8, I've got Stuart Broad, a great player to have played with. Number 9, I have Graham Swan. In my opinion, England's best ever spinner. He was always looking to attack the batsman.
Oh yes, the nemesis of left-handers has done another southpaw.
Number 10 is Mcgraw. I think a spell that really stands out was one here at Lords. I think it was in the first Ashes test.
Mcgraw has 500.
Last but not least, James Anderson. England's best ever bowler in my opinion, and hopefully there's many more wickets out there for him for England. So that's my all-time 11. What is yours?
Time after time by Chandler Paul.
We'll start with Trescothick and Chris Rogers. Chris Rogers will be my captain. Obviously Trez, absolute Somerset legend, and you have Bucky Rogers, obviously came past 2 years, who was awesome for us as a coach and as a player. My number 3 is Shiv Chandapal, obviously again Test legend, scored so many runs for West Indies. Number 4, Sangakkara, again Sri Lankan legend, scored a million runs. At 5 I have James Hildreth, got to have him in the side, scores so many runs, down at Taunton and everywhere else. Number 6, Gilchrist, he'll be my keeper. Obviously having him at 6, he can come in and take the game away from people. 7, Andrew Flintoff, obviously legends at 2005 Ashes. Remember him growing up massively, whacked it out the park and obviously bowled some rockets. Number 8 is Mitch Johnson. I want a left armour in there, big left armour, nice, quick, fast, nasty. Number 9 is Graham Swan. Obviously, he was someone I grew up watching all the time. Number 10, Mohamed Amir. Obviously, a quality left arm seamer as well. And at number 11 is James Anderson, England's all-time legend, most wicket taker for England, so he'd definitely be in at number 11. That's my all-time 11. What's yours?